Hey everyone, happy Friday and welcome to today's live. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. I hope you're all doing well out there. Quick reminder of how I read. So I am an energy reader. I read intuitively to the questions that I'm drawn to. If you'd like to be considered for a reading, please submit your name, like, number and question via the pinned link. The more context and detail that you share, the more meaningful reading that you will receive. It allows me to connect to your energy and anyone in your situation. I don't read on yes/no questions, general or timeline questions. All that info's on the form via the pinned link as well. But I hope everyone's doing okay as we bring this week to a close and head into the weekend. Please feel free to share answers to the community questions that are in the chat. What lessons has this week been teaching you? What does your intuition keep nudging you towards lately? What are you calling in or manifesting this season? Hey to everyone in the chat. Hey Positive Bear. Hey Philia, Diana, Samreen, Alvin, Kristen I saw earlier. Let's get into it. And I'm using the Goddess Tarot deck today. So I hope you enjoy. I'm not sure if I've seen Sruthi. Sruthi is first on the list. Give me a shout out if you're here, my love. Hey Tia, glad you could make it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I don't think Sruthi's here. I'll circle back if she appears, but Tia, you're next on the list, so as you're here, let's get into it. She's always here before everyone, but not today. Good morning, Diana. Okay, so Tia, my love, this is for you. So me and Pisces reconnected like you said we would. Good news, Tia, that's something we're happy to hear that. We had an in-depth convo. We went on a mini date, nice, and spent time together, curious to see how he feels and his next actions towards me after spending this time together. Okay, let's get into it. Spirit, how is Pisces feeling now after the reconnection? And spending this time together, where are they at? Oh, back in love. Connection, stability, Four of Staves, the Wands. I do remember the previous readings, we've had that I've always felt like that the feelings have still been consistent. And I know that, like you said, they've had tower moment after tower moment. But look, this connection looks stronger than ever. I mean, this can be a card of marriage as well. But tell you what resonates, leave what doesn't. But it's certainly a card of commitment. It's a milestone as well. So I kind of feel like maybe that, it's about that you've come further than you think. Maybe everything that you've been through, you've been through such a lot together, and there is this connection, this bond. And maybe it really has been, there's a lot of doubt around, are these tower moments, are they kind of real and genuine, if that makes sense? Or is it this connection isn't strong enough? But here I feel like the connection is strong enough, and this feels more stable, feels back on track. With regards to where they're at now, their feelings are good around you, that they are wanting to be with you, they are feeling committed to you. Such a nice image there, you know, if it really does just say union, doesn't it? Everything about this card, togetherness, union, celebration. It is a card of celebration, so there is a happiness as well about this reconnection, a sense of joy and relief. Connected now. Let's see a little bit, a glimpse into the future if we can, like their intentions off the back of this, or anything else we need to know, Spirit. Wow, it says here, yeah. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Three of Cups. This kind of says to me, I mean, this continues the celebration. Three of Cups is a continuation of, you know, raising a glass. We're raising a cup here. We're raising another cup here. What I would see would help this situation forward. I don't know how open they are to it, how open you are open to it. But what first came through to me was this strong sense of kind of expanding. I don't know how much connection that you have with his family, with his people, and vice versa. Like if your connection is kind of existing in a bubble outside of each other's, you know, extended family. I feel like that would, if that can deepen, if that can happen more, almost like I feel like this feels like you connecting with his family members more, if that's possible, and vice versa. The word and the feeling, it felt like expansion, allow other people being family members, friends, like each other's worlds, into this connection, so there isn't this kind of disjointed energy of, you know, this is going on for me, like these tower moments, and he's keeping you out of that in some way. And if we can include each other more and not exist in a bubble, this dissolve this separation. How is the audio, everyone? Is it glitchy for anyone else? Hopefully you can go back and re-watch this, Tia. But to recap, in a nutshell, Three of Cups, I feel like, is about you connecting maybe specifically with some of his family members, and like I say, taking this connection. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you, Philia. Yeah, taking this connection outside of its bubble and allowing family members, friends, each other's worlds into this connection. That's the future. That's how this connection will deepen, will grow, will survive. It's like letting each other's into each other's worlds. Okay. Thank you everyone for confirming about the audio. Hey Sruthi, I saw Sruthi appear, so I will read for Sruthi now. So Sruthi asks, just give me a thumbs up, Sruthi, let me know that you are still here. Yeah, Tia, just go back and rewatch that. Hey, Miss Herard. Welcome to the Seer Circle. Got your question received. Thank you. I'm just waiting for Sruthi to let me know that she's here. Sruthi. Maybe not. Thanks, Geeta, for moderating. Nice to see you, Geeta. Okay, Sruthi doesn't seem to be here. Philia? Hey, Philia. Okay. Let's have a look at Philia's question. So, Philia asks, why has Eric been so strongly in my energy lately? Let's have a look. Spirit, why has Eric been so strongly in Philia's energy of late? Oh, we have the goddess Sarasvati, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or wisdom here. It's because you're a very important energy and figure in their life, in their mind, in their heart. Yeah, I feel like this is you, how they see you. And I think the wisdom part of it is you being able to acknowledge and understand the depth of this connection. And sometimes what comes up a lot, Philia, is I think there's doubt for you here, and there's doubt in this connection. And there's a part of you that maybe just needs to let go and trust and believe that they feel very strongly for you, therefore they'll be in your energy often, they may be in your dreams, you know, even if you can't physically be together, even if there's no contact, there can still be a strong bond there, yeah? Eight of Staves, interesting. This is like Eight of Wands, which is that there's a lot of passion here. There's a strong physical attraction here. It's also about fast moving energy, and I feel like that this connection, if you could be together, it's almost like a kind of star-crossed lovers energy. But if you could be together, then it would move fast, yeah, because there's so much feeling here. There is fire energy here. There is passion here. So I know it's a complicated situation. But the reason why you feel their energy strongly is because you are strongly in theirs and vice versa, and there is just a strong connection here with powerful energy. And I do feel very much like this is how they see you, and the wisdom aspect of this card is about you being able to really trust and believe in the feelings, wherever that it may take you, you know, wherever this, even if this connection means that maybe you won't be able to be together for circumstantial reasons, but know and believe and understand, which can be quite painful, to be not to be able to be with someone who we feel this strongly for, and they feel strongly for us, but at least believe in that connection. Okay. Next up we have Positive Bear, my dear. If you are here, just give me a shout. You're welcome, Philia. Thank you, Positive Bear. Thank you, Geeta. Oh, this is a long question. Bear with me. Okay. Just grab a drink. So, Positive Bear asks, I'm currently at a campus. I feel so small in a way, like other people have more power than me. That's a difficult feeling. But I think it is me giving my power away by accepting mistreatment from others and not demanding respect. I want Spirit's advice, please. I've had enough in life, always pain. Where is the light? Do I have to always bend to other people and act like I am nothing? What to do? Spirit advice, please. Am I too kind or people pleasing? Why people mistreat me when I'm too gentle with them? I'm sorry, Positive Bear. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for sharing that and that vulnerability. I think it's yes, like Geeta says, that she's experienced that. I think a lot of us can relate to that and experience this. It's a shared feeling. And I would also say, obviously we'll see what the cards say, what Spirit says, but you know, never mistake kindness for weakness. We need more kindness in this world more than anything right now, yeah? And we can't, if people don't kind of have respect in them, we can't force people to respect us as well. I think that's something, it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. So to remember that, yeah. Let's see what well, just Spirit's advice, says Positive Bear. You'll have to deal with a bit of advice from me as well, Positive Bear. Here we go. Queen of Swords. Okay, so I mean, Queen of Swords, if we're talking about respect, if anyone is going to elicit respect or demand, you know, you can't really demand respect, but as much as anyone can, it would be the Queen of Swords. And I think it's the Queen of Swords comes at situations with her mind, with her in a kind of more analytical energy rather than being heart-led. And there are some people, you know, who if they are showing us disrespect, if they are not treating us the way that we want to be treated, all that we can do really, and what the Queen does, is set boundaries. So she uses her sword. You do have power. You do have choice. And it's often about the Queen of Swords as well. In her communication is very direct. So get straight to the point. Limit your communication maybe with those that are showing you disrespect as well. But also the Queen of Swords doesn't really hold back on sharing what is on her mind. So, you know, if you disagree with someone, if there's something that you don't want to do, which someone is asking you to do, the Queen of Swords is someone who would speak out and speak clearly and directly, yeah? She doesn't hold back, because her commitment, above all else, above sort of, you know, charming people or making them feel comfortable, her number one priority is speaking her truth. And if it ruffles people's feathers, then so be it. So I suppose Spirit is advising you. It's not about not being kind, but it is about not wasting your energy, and learning how to communicate with certain people who, if they're not showing you respect and mistreating you, then yes, sometimes we do have to be more direct with those people. And don't give them the chance to take advantage of us, yeah? She is a tough cookie, the Queen of Swords. So Spirit is saying to tap into your Queen of Swords. We all have this kind of energy within us. And with certain people, it's not safe to be soft. It's not safe to be vulnerable. And we can't, not everyone is going to respect us because they haven't got that in them. And that's not a reflection of us, it's a reflection of them. And the Queen of Swords understands this and holds no prisoners, pulls no punches, you know. She gets straight to the point and says it how it is. So yeah, Spirit says, do lean into, embody this energy, begin to set boundaries, begin to speak out, and don't be so worried about hurting other people. It's not about being nasty, but it's about being direct. Okay, I'll leave it there. Samreen, my love, are you here? I hope you are. Thank you, Geeta, for moderating. Welcome, Positive Bear. Samreen, Samreen, Samreen. Yay. Okay, Samreen asks, what are my boyfriend's thoughts about our future together, considering all the highs and lows? Yes, you have had highs and lows we've faced as we approach our first anniversary. Wow, since we've met. That's gone quick. Is that a year? Okay. Let's have a look at your boyfriend's thoughts about the future together then. Ooh. Interesting energy. We've got Judgment card. Major Arcana. Just going to pull another card. Another major arcana. Oppression. So I feel like this is very much their energy, okay? And I feel like there is a bit of a inner struggle going on here. Can you see how this is their energy kind of kneeling down in front of you and almost feeling unworthy, because I know that they've kind of maybe messed up a few times, but wanting to be with you, wanting to make this work, feeling like I feel like you're kind of morally maybe in a judgment call way on the higher ground, Samreen. And it's almost like they want to be given permission and accepted by you and to be embraced by you. But there's this judgment call from you. Maybe sometimes they feel like that they've made a mistake and that you're not going to forgive them, and that really the ball is in your court. That kind of energy. 1 second. Samreen says, yes, can't believe I used to ask you about him while still trying to move on from an ex. Yes, I remember that. And then there's this other energy, this other kind of voice in their head that I think is maybe they've expressed this throughout this connection where they are kind of scared of commitment. Oppression talks about, feeling trapped and feeling stuck. And I do feel like there is some commitment issues here. And they really kind of flip between the two. That they can go into this and they feel, and it's not, again, a reflection of you. It's about an ongoing thing within them, I think. About commitment and the fear of that. And then this other side of them really kind of just wants to be accepted by you and allowed into the fold with you. And maybe even that there is some feelings of guilt even about this side of them. So one more card of guidance for Samreen there. Well, I think there has been some ongoing, despite what conversations that you've had, Samreen, some ongoing push and pull energy, yeah, between you, about him not being very open about commitment, shying away from those conversations. I think that they've always struggled with this. Part of them really wants this, and part of them is scared of commitment, in a kind of very simple way of saying that, yeah? Yeah, uncertainty, exactly. And I think that's expressed in here we go, the 8 of Staves. But nonetheless, things continue to move forward. Yeah? 8 of Staves, forward momentum. Maybe there is enough passion here, enough energy here, enough fire to kind of keep things going, if you keep things moving forward. 8 of Staves is all about forward momentum and progression. If you feel like that's happening, if you feel like that's what came through to me, was that kind of despite this, the connection continues to move forward. 8 of Staves may ask the question, is it moving forward fast enough for you? only you can answer that and know the ins and outs of this connection. Samreen says, I believe he wants to keep exploring, but have me too. So it's really how much, Samreen, that if you're happy to play this out and continue to walk this line, and that's all that I keep hearing, really, kind of despite the reservations, the connection continues to move forward. If that's enough for you right now, then continue, keep going, play this out. Because hopefully, I feel like hopefully that, you know, that they can kind of come to their senses about this more kind of childish fears in a way about commitment and going all in. Okay, I'll leave it there. I hope that resonated. Hey, Diana. Is Goddess here? Hey, Goddess. So I'll post you a question here and you ask, what's coming in love for me? Can you tell me more about the situation that you find yourself in now, Goddess with Love? Is there anyone in the picture? Are we single? Are we recently separated? Are we in a situationship, a relationship? Oh, here we go. I've been single for a very long time, like a decade. Okay, no one in the picture. Let's have a look what Spirit says. Oh, we've got a major arcana here. This is a beautiful energy that has come through, which is, I think, where you find yourself now. You know, wisdom, I feel like maybe you've done a lot of inner work. You've done a lot of reflection. There has been lots to benefit from this time of being single, yeah? It may be not what you've wanted, but I feel like you've continued to grow and learn and blossom even as a person and deepen this wisdom, maybe about yourself, about who you would want to share your life with, and that you have been very discerning about who you let into your life, and the wisdom of that, yeah? Let's keep going. Obviously, because you're asking about this, I imagine that I'm assuming, you know, that you want a connection, that you are ready for love. And I think this is a reminder just to say what you are bringing to the table, okay? Which is a lot. Ooh. And then we have Diana, another major arcana, the moon. The Moon card is again a kind of energy about, particularly with Diana, the goddess Diana. You know, she is very content on her own as well. She's very tapped in, tuned in to her intuition, to her feelings, and she's very much like her own person and independent. I almost feel like Spirit is saying, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't here. Let me know in the comments. Like, you know that you have, it would be a lot to let someone in the way, because you've created something very beautiful in your own energy, and that you've created a kind of beautiful life for yourself. I don't know if you feel that something's missing, but it's almost like Spirit is saying, you know, you already have a very full life and there isn't anything missing, okay? Sure, you're good on your own, but I'm also want to know, is any possibility for someone, of course. Can you tell me, Spirit, about anyone's energetic signature who will come into God? You're called Goddess as well. It's interesting, Goddess, because your username's obviously Goddess. This is the Goddess Tarot, and 2 goddesses has come through for your reading. So you are a goddess by name and by nature, Goddess. That just seems like a strange synchronicity. Oh my goodness, and another one. Movement, okay. So this is momentum, movement. Rhiannon is going towards and going after what she wants. So 3 goddesses now, like Gita says 2 as well, but we've actually got 3. This is quite crazy. It would have to be someone really special, Goddess, to match your energy. You obviously have a lot of, I would say, power, personal power, manifestation energy. It's going to take, you know, someone to really match your goddess energy. It's going to have to be, like for all of us, it has to be someone special, but Spirit is really hammering this message home, reminding you who you are, yeah. Movement, though, is about, obviously there is forward movement and momentum here. All that you can do, you know, is you can put this out into the universe. And I would say, if you want it, you can go out there and you can get it. Yeah, she's taking action here as well. She's got on the horse and she's gone back out there. And it may involve, you know, taking some risks, putting yourself in situations, social situations, where you can cross paths with someone, or online dating, however you want to go about it, that resonates for you, that feels right. But there is energetic movement here. So I kind of keep hearing like it's there if you want it. It is there. It is out there. We do have to get on the horse and get out there as well to bring this through, this person through. Maybe you're already doing that. Maybe you're already taking those steps and taking those actions. Okay, everyone is telling you that you are worth more. So if you don't quite feel like you're in your goddess energy, then obviously that's something to work on more and tap into if there's some self-worth stuff there. If you practice manifestation, that will be something worth tapping into. You know, I always advise whatever's, if it's something that you really want, it's a kind of a top priority, that whatever you're looking for, this changes of what our top priority is, our biggest kind of desire. To create a daily manifestation practice surrounding that can help create this movement that you want to see. But yeah, there is a message about remembering who you are. Yeah, remembering who you are. So I hope that resonated. Has to be organic, yeah. So just getting out there then in situations, being social, groups, the gym, you know, whatever resonates for you, but also bringing in that daily practice of a manifestation can help shift that energy and put you in the right state of mind in a receptive space. You're welcome. So Kristen, my love, are you here? Hey Kristen. Thank you, Geeta. Okay. So Kristen says, hi Seer. S and I have gone and done it this time. We had a full-blown fight. Oh no. We both got a little ugly towards each other. I'm afraid because maybe he only saw the impact of the fight, not the cause. Okay. Things went out of proportion and we said hurtful things. However, I apologised at the end and I left. What are his next actions? Okay, that sounds tough. You know, it happens, Kristen, doesn't it? It happens. Emotions boil over. It doesn't have to be the end of the world. It can feel like it. Let's see where he's at. Ooh. This is nice energy, really. It has got sacrifice, so this is Kuan Yin, goddess. I feel like this is your energy, Kristen. You're having to make some kind of sacrifice, okay? Is it too much of a sacrifice? Obviously, I don't know what this argument was about. You don't have to share that, but what brought the argument on is valid. How much are we prepared to sacrifice? Is it too much? Seven of Swords is about someone's energy in this connection. I'm assuming S's energy here. Seven of Swords can be that they're trying to get away with something, to sneak. It can be kind of a sneaky energy, because this image is actually that they're stealing these swords. Looks like quite a heavy weight though. I mean, they're not in a very good place. If you can see, their energy feels quite heavy. 7 of Swords is when things can get nasty, like you say, those if things were said that we regret now. But there is maybe some truth that S is not facing, is not prepared to. I don't know if that instigated the arguing. Kristen says, yes, I've been bottling it for a while. Yeah, so you know, maybe it was a good thing. Maybe it it can feel out of control and messy, like an explosion, a bomb has gone off. One more. So I would say I would forgive yourself for blowing up. Maybe it had to happen. Maybe it's better out in the open, even if it got ugly. Okay? Did you get any resolution from it? Was there anything, do you feel like that they admitted something or faced what they, because they're still showing up as trying to get away with something, trying to not, being avoidant really. What are their next steps? He apologized too. Okay. He's feeling weighed down by this for sure. Like it's bothering him. Oh, okay. And then we do get some clarity. Ace of Swords is somewhat of a fresh start, a new beginning. So there needs to be another conversation that can happen, that will happen, Kristen. Okay, but he doesn't sound sincere. So that can go back to not really leveling with you, not really admitting what, and being honest about the issue. But Ace of Swords looks like this is positive, Kristen. So this 8 of Swords is, a fork in the road, a kind of an opportunity to have a reset, and a new conversation. So there needs to be another conversation, if possible, after the dust has settled. And maybe we can be clear and open. We have to continue to say the things that are difficult, I think. Like you say, you've been bottling it up. So I would say moving forward, I know it's kind of easier said than done, but if you can try to say things as they are sooner, if you're not happy with things, or just speak your truth really and lead with that, it will ultimately, will be difficult maybe, but it will help the situation and the connection. Because this, I don't know, this maybe can't be forgiven, can't be forgotten without being admitted, Oh, and then some more balance being restored. So it is possible after this blow up, the chance of moving towards a more harmonious place and creating balance is possible. So this is really nice to see that card. It's amongst all these kind of quite difficult cards, this really is a more soothing balm here that comes in to say, we can get here, but we have to maybe speak our truth sooner, be open, improve communication. and maybe dig a little deeper on this. What is S? Not admitting to, not facing head on. It's not going to work to sweep anything under the rug. We have to be, I know it sounds simple, but you know, it's harder. A lot of people aren't naturally inclined to do that, to be open and honest and say things that can be difficult. Okay, I'll leave it there. Eco 7, my love. Are you here, my dear? You're welcome, Kristen. Keep us posted. Maybe no eco. Alvin. Oh, hey, Alvin. Glad you're still here. Thank you, Geeta. Okay. So, Alvin asks, what is emerging for me in terms of my job or business prospects? Money is getting tighter and struggling with revising my CV after quite a few years, but also excited by what opportunities are out there. Okay, let's have a look. Spirit, what is emerging in job and business for Alvin, please? Five of Swords is the difficulties that you have been experiencing, okay? Maybe things, you see, we've got cross swords here, a crossroads that I'm drawn to in this card as well. We're looking, this is you know, where to next. What, it looks kind of empty here, doesn't it? It is those uncertainties. Now with fives, the energy is that it will pass quicker than what you think it might, so things can turn around and change quickly. I'm interested though, I'm very drawn to this crossroad. So maybe you're at a fork in the road with regards to, like you say, finances are tight now. So do we need, I don't know where you're at, if you're, because I know that you did have your own business, Alvin. Do we need to have some kind of cushion of, like, is it possible to, I'm just, however it resonates to your situation, yeah, but to have some part-time work, to have another source of income, to look at that to see if we've got plan B or backup, if that's possible. Maybe you're reaching that point now. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's what you're already doing. Let me know. I'm going to keep going. But yeah, we're taking a moment, we're taking a breather. It is important, it feels, to reflect. There is a decision to be made. I'm not attached to only doing my business. It makes more that It matters more that I do work that matters or positively impacts others. Okay. Oh, well, then it sort of does a 360 spin, because Ten of Pentacles is really realizing the dream. So Ten of Pentacles is very much about finances. So I know that you want to do something meaningful and positively impacts others, which is good. But this is also about the Ten of Pentacles. It's almost like saying that you can do that and you can have money, you know, like we don't have to sacrifice our finances in a way as well to do something valuable and to do something meaningful. Ten of Pentacles is having that financial security, that stability. It's a very abundant card. So this is very promising to say, depending on what choice that we make next, let me know if this choice energy, this decision energy resonates with you about a next step. It feels like an important turning point. I don't want you, it's almost like we can be financially minded as well as ethically and morally minded. I'm going to pull one more. Job opportunities, is that coming? Okay. Again, opportunities, choices are emerging. Seven of Pentacles is that continuation of reflecting. I feel like there's just, this decision may come further in the future about what you're faced with. But the Seven of Pentacles is about, again, here is money, job, work, all that kind of energy which Pentacles is about. We are taking a moment of reflection. We're looking back at how far we've come. We're looking at, and we're being strategic. We're looking at what works and what doesn't work. And we're looking at how we can get from that Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. And it's about, it sounds simple, but it's about repeating what works and what doesn't. And looking at things strategically, looking at things very practically. Yes, exactly, about the Alvin says the energy exchange. Exactly. I think it's important to be valued and have an equal energy exchange, which means money too. So with these two cards, I feel like as long as we can embody this energy and make good choices, as we arrive at this Five of Swords, energy can change quickly with this five, so we can do a 180 turnaround. But Seven of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, there's lots of money here, there's lots of finances, there is a lot of abundance that is at your fingertips. I feel like it is within reach for you. Absolutely, Alvin. We just have to be strategic and make good decisions and good choices right now. So maybe that's about saying yes to the right opportunities, putting your energy where it makes sense, applying for jobs that align with what you desire, but also financially align with you. So I hope this makes sense and resonates to your situation about what direction that you are going in now. And this will inform your future. The money's all there though. The money will come, the abundance will come. So that's reassuring. We may have to make some difficult choices along the way. Look back to the past to find answers for the present. What worked, what didn't work. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm glad that resonates, Alvin. Okay. Geeta, my love, you are next. I know Geeta's here, so I'll post her question. Okay. So Geeta asked, hi Seer, I want to know after marriage, how is my life going with my husband and my mother-in-law and father-in-law and family members? How will they treat me if I get love marriage? So if you get married, what would life be like? My mother always told me, don't get married. You're a lazy person. That's very mean. I'm sure you're not. You don't know anything. If you're married, you will not survive, I think you mean to say there. Okay, let's see what Spirit says. Well, that sounds super negative from your mum, Geeta. I can imagine that's very hurtful and also untrue. So, Queen of Cups, which is a beautiful energy. This is who you would be in a marriage situation. And the Queen of Cups, okay, is very loving, is very giving. This is her priority. This is what she does best. Yeah? Which, of course, in a marriage, that's, you know, to be loving and to be giving in a committed, connected relationship is what is needed, is what is wanted from a partner. There is a lot of emotional intelligence as well with the Queen of Cups. And that this is a desire of yours, that is something that you want. And what your mother says really is irrelevant. This is a dream, a wish that you want fulfilled, and it would bring you a lot of happiness, and that you have the potential to bring someone else a lot of happiness. I mean, look how strange this is as well. Like, she's actually dressed as a bride, you know, in the traditional, she has the veil. I know it's kind of like, obviously it's a queen, but really particularly with this image of this queen, it's like a bride on her wedding day, isn't it? So I think you know what you can offer, and to remember that, and you know who that you would be in the marriage, and I think that you would actually thrive in that position, because it would be a dream come true for one thing, and also though the emotional intelligence and fulfillment that you would get from having this kind of the family environment, all that kind of stuff that comes with being in a marriage. Yeah. Hey T Tarot, yes, I can't wait for you to prove her wrong, Geeta, says T Tarot. She sounds a bit toxic. It's not what she calls you, but what you answer to. Don't let her thoughts get you down. And Alexis says, yeah, your mom was mean. So tune that voice out. Hold on to this very positive image, very clear message. It is literally like a kind of bride in love on her wedding day. Anything else, Spirit? This is the inner strength that we have to bring to get there, yeah? This is the strength card, or the goddess Oya. And she is working with the universal energies. She's manifesting. She is also has immense strength. And this is, I think, recognizing also, like Gita, your inner strength of character. And the ability, like, despite what negativity really that your mum has put on you, you have fought that off before. You can fight that off again. Something maybe that you'll always have to battle with. But know this about yourself as well. So not only this kind of emotional, more loving, giving aspect of yourself, but you've also got a lot of strength. And to lean into that and to gather your strength as well, to hold this vision and not to give up or to give in to the negativity, really. Because I'm sure probably that you may have internalized that voice from your mother as well. Two really positive cards, beautiful energies there. I hope that resonated with you, Gita. Okay, so next up we have Diana, if you are here, my love. Yes, fight for what you want, exactly. Is Diana here? Last call for Diana. Diana Merad, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Merad even. Diana Merad. Devea. I will close the list now. Remove. Hey, Devea. Da, 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 da. Okay. Hey, Devea. One second. Okay. So Devea asks, my ex offered me a place to stay while I'm visiting my home country. How would this work out? It's a separate apartment. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. I mean, if it's a separate apartment, that's easier. No, Alexis, you're next. I've just closed the list for... Let me... This is the remainder of the list, okay? Hold on. But anyway, Alexa, I've just closed the list, so there's no more questions submitted. This is the list, okay? This is for Debaya, though. Hope that makes sense. Ooh. Six of Cups. Interesting. Straight to the point, the cards come for you, Debaya. So what complications I feel like may come up is that there is still a connection there. There is still some emotions, because Six of Cups is about feeling nostalgic. It's about feeling like wanting to kind of go back to the past, maybe wanting to reconnect and stir up some feelings. So that's the complication. I don't see kind of tension or in a negative sense, but it can be complicated. In Six of Cups is very much like ex-lover, you know, wanting to get back with them, feelings coming up, wanting to reconnect. So I don't know how that makes you feel about that, but it would bring that into the arena. It might be on both sides, like that you both feel that there's still feelings there, and that's yeah, brings that back into the picture, okay? Tradition, do you know, this is like Judgment in the traditional deck, really. So it's about making a discerning choice, really, about that. So go into this with your eyes wide open, that maybe you might think, oh, there's no chance that we'll get back together, there's no feelings there. That would be somewhat of, that would be not true. That would be somewhat of an untruth at this point, yeah? That these feelings may even take you by surprise. So if you want to not get into that all again and just keep that door closed, keep that boundary fixed, then maybe don't do that, okay? Maybe look at other alternative accommodations, etc. But if this isn't something negative, maybe it's something that you would like to revisit and just continue that connection with them, see where that goes with these feelings coming back up. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, you know, those feelings might come up, and then, you know, how that would affect you, etc. So I'll leave that with you, Devea, okay? Make the choice that's best for you, but go into this with your eyes wide open, that it can stir up some past feelings, and that there will be some kind of connection still there between you. And obviously meeting and being involved with each other and communicating again will bring that back. Okay. Hey, Miss Herod. So yeah, I do just have to keep going to, so if I call your name you don't answer, obviously I just have to keep going and move on. But I will be live again on Monday if you can join us then. Alexis is next. No worries, Miss Herod, it happens. So if you can, like I say, join us on Monday. Just checking Alexis is here. Alexis is here. Okay, does my boyfriend see me as the one for him? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Alexis's boyfriend's feelings, how they see you, how they see this connection. I'm sure you're not crazy, Alexis. What makes you say that? We all want to know this, hey? So we kick off strong, Major Arcana Strength. Let's see where this takes us. Well, what comes through, I feel like that, what I actually feel like is that this has come through to say that this is a strong connection. Yeah? So believe that. Can you see how there's a lot of energy, and it's almost like this woman is working with energies and magic, and it's almost like that stuff that we can't see but we can feel and we can know, and it's like a strong impact. I don't want to say like you've got a hold over him, but it's that kind of energy. Like they feel that magnetic pull to you. And if you feel it to them, but they see it, they feel it for sure from you. This Oya, this goddess, is working with, has a magnetic pull. Like you have a magnetic pull of your own, which your partner, which your boyfriend feels, yeah? And there are strong feelings here. I'll keep going. Two of Staves is about, which it's nice that this has come through. Two of Staves is about the future, and it's about looking to the future and seeing your person in that. Okay, all the steps, all the how it will happen, it will not be clear yet, but it's something that they think about. I feel like it's something that you think about as well. But two, whenever we see a two as well, that is indicative of a union, you know, a strong connection. And Staves is wands, which is fire energy, and it's an expansive energy. It's again magnetic, passionate, and it's about, very much though, this card is about the future. You see this person here, it doesn't matter about gender. There is like a what looks to be like a woman here, but looking out onto the horizon, looking to the future and imagining it and picturing it, and when we sort of daydream in a way about how that would look. So I think that this combination of both those things are very encouraging, Alexis, yeah? And we have the magnetism, you kind of working almost with magical energies or having that magnetic energy in this connection. The strong pull is really what I hear. And then we have this backed up really by this Two of Staves, where we have the union of the two, and also look into the horizon. And this is something that I feel like is maybe that you're mirroring each other, that we daydream and imagine about the future. I don't know if you're at the point where you're having those conversations yet about what your future will look like, but it's certainly something that we are thinking about and dreaming about. Maybe that's something, depending on how early this relationship, how new it is that you've been together. But it's something that we certainly are thinking about the future and imagining how that would look with each other in it. So I hope that resonated. Hey Ivo, lovely to see you here. I hope you're well. Okay, so we have Lady T next, my dear, if you are here. And Lady T asks, what do I need to focus on to make my channel more successful? Spirit, please bring through a message for Lady T. And what do they need to focus on? For success. Ooh. King of Pentacles. So it doesn't matter about gender here, but King of Pentacles, if I can speak, Pentacles is very practical. It's very 3D. It's a very abundant energy as well. And really it's about, so earth energy is Pentacles. You probably already know this, T Tarot. But it's like you've got the talent, you've got the skill, you've got that side of it is done, tapped in, tuned in, locked in, yeah? The King of Pentacles is about being consistent, and really the kind of nuts and bolts about being consistently showing up, putting in the work, putting in the effort, and also maintaining and aligning with that abundant mindset that it can happen for you, that to be ambitious, and that the money, this is like as well about that the money can come through or grow, improve. So it's just that side of things really, which isn't overcomplicated. It's really quite but there's no magical ingredient in the sense of like, as long as you're aligned with your talent and your skill and you've got a belief in that, and I feel like you've got that's locked in, that's done. And really, like I say, the King of Pentacles is just about showing up and being consistent and having that abundant mindset as well. I'm hearing that as well. So don't allow lack to resist that temptation maybe to doubt or to slip into lack when things may seem slow moving. Sometimes Pentacles can be slower than what we would want or desire, but know that the growth that is happening is real and is steady and is valuable. You're welcome, Alexis. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, one more for Lady T. Three of Cups. Celebrate your successes along the way. Can also be about if there's any connections or contacts, you know, about other readers, or, you know, about connecting, like creating a kind of network to share and uplift each other as well. But the Three of Cups is about maintaining, along with the hard work and the effort, but it's also about, the Three of Cups is a much lighter energy in many respects, and it's more about keeping that fun and the uplifting and the joy in what you do as well. Because it is easy to get kind of bogged down sometimes in that's the danger of this King of Pentacles energy, is to be all work and no play. And Three of Cups is this element of play. So that could even be as well about stepping away from the channel and making sure that your cup is filled, and that you're have got that work-life balance of the fun and the hard work. But also to, in the content that you create, to make sure that it is coming from a place of joy and tapped in, tuned into that as well. So you're leading, what kind of content lifts you up and makes you feel most inspired and makes you feel most joyful, to lean into that. Okay, I hope that resonated. Yeah. Networking, if you can, bringing other people into it can be a great way to grow. But also about, following your joy, which sounds simple, but it's like when we're trying to grow and succeed, sometimes we can get bogged down in the shoulds and the shouldn't. So it's a fine line. Okay. Theon? Sorry, I can't. Hey. So I think this is a yes/no question, actually, when I look at it. So I don't do yes/no readings. You say, my Leo partner was grabbing lunch for a female named Emily. When I asked who was she, he stated that she was his daughter and she worked with him. Is he lying about this woman? So just to clarify, so this is your partner, but with regards to, is this early? Is this a new connection? Just because you said that it was his daughter. So do you not know if he has children, etc.? Tell me a little bit more so I understand, yeah? What I'm going to do is, because, well, I'll just pull a card to see what Spirit says with regards to the energy surrounding this, okay? Okay, long distance and he's a returning ex. Oh, okay, so we do have a sneaky energy here. Theo. So 7 of Swords is trying to get away with something. So yeah, this does kind of lead me to think that there is something that they are maybe hiding and not being straight with you about, maybe because it's long distance, that's something, it can be easier, yeah, to hide stuff from each other if we're long distance. But I would say trust your intuition on this. Maybe there was this, you know, it just didn't quite add up, it didn't seem right, you caught them in a lie. The 7 of Swords, like I say, it does suggest that they are hiding something from you. We have a major arcana. We've got the goddess Venus and love, though, coming in here. I'm just going to pull another card to clarify that. This is the work. You said we're working on us, and that's exactly what this is. 8 of Pentacles. We see represented here by this woman who is creating these beautiful pentacles, yeah, something of value, something of worth, putting in the effort, putting in the hard work into this connection. And it does, I feel like alongside with this love card, I still feel like there is a lot of love here. There is still a strong connection here. Venus is the goddess of love, the planet of love. I'm going to pull one more about this because obviously though there are trust issues here and maybe some lying going on, yeah? The best way to deal with this, Spirit, this Swords energy. Transformation. So whatever the reasons are of why things broke down last time, or like it's almost like this trust issue, I don't know how much trust issues there are, because sometimes it can tear us apart, yeah, inside, if this person here kind of looks to be that they're being driven a bit crazy, yeah, by this. So I'm not saying that that's where you're at, but in the sense of we need to have like honesty and leveling with each other. That has to be there, yeah, or this is where we're going to end up. So maybe confront them, have that honest conversation, you know, press them, push them on this more. I don't know if there are other red flags, other instances where you feel like that if, you know, historically, if they have maybe not been upfront with you, or you feel like they've hidden things from you, then this is something, you know, that with transformation, it obviously has to change. We can't continue. I don't know how much stress that this is causing you, if it's a one-off or if it's happened more than once, yeah? That's only a question, obviously, that you can ask yourself about how much is being hidden, how much is being swept under the carpet. And often it's about trusting our intuition to guide us on that level, yeah? That our intuition will tell us really that something doesn't add up, that something is missing. Nonetheless, there is love here. We are working on something here. So all is not lost. I don't think the cards are saying, you know, leave, run, get away from this. But they are saying, you know, there is things. It does beg the question of how much is being hidden, and to try and challenge that to trust your intuition on that. Maybe that's what you're working on. And then this is the kind of good side of it. Even in this card, we can see the kind of darker energies and the lighter energies. And there is that yin and yang going on here. And what, you know, it's a fine balance about when one outweighs the other. So only you know that, Theo, you know, how much do you feel like is being swept under the carpet? Is this still, there is love here? Is it still worth working on to try to get past this? If it's like a blip or a glitch, then maybe we can work it out, work it through. If someone's not going to level with you though and be honest with you, then that mistrust will slowly erode this relationship, despite the love and the effort being here also. Okay, I'll leave it there. I hope that resonated. Thank you, Geeta, kindly for moderating. So thank you so much for joining today's live. I hope the message you received brought you clarity, peace, and some inspiration for the days ahead. Remember to always take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your own guidance. I'll be back on our next live on Monday, so the list will open on Sunday evening GMT time. Keep an eye out for the schedule. But looking forward to catching up with you all soon. I'm glad that resonated, Theo. And thank you, Geeta, again. But sending you all love and light. Take care, and I'll see you soon.